Hi everybody. I want to come and talk to you briefly about my experience with a wig return with a company called Arabella Wigs. Recently, in March, I ordered 3 wigs from this company after going online and finding some items that I liked. I ordered 3 of their wigs. They came. Most companies I found that when you order more than 1 wig, they will always separate them and put them in separate packages. They may ship them in a box together, but the wigs are always packaged separately. However, with Arabella, they stuffed all 3 wigs in 1 box and put the box in an envelope, taped together because it was overstuffed. Okay. Keep that in mind as I share my story. Once I open up the package and I carefully try on the items, because I understand you can't cut the lace or do anything to it if there's a possibility that you want to return it. I found that 2 of the units, even though they had the drawstring function, the wig caps were too big for my head. The bob wig that I ordered fit perfectly. So I had read their refund policy, their return policy before I purchased. So I was aware that if it was not their mistake, I would have to pay for shipping and that for the return shipping, and that's not an issue. So I reached out to them within the 48-hour period to let them know 2 of the units I wanted to return. They responded by saying, "Oh, we're sorry that you're not satisfied. Is there any way that we can convince you basically to keep the wigs?" And I'm like, well, technically no, because I can't use them. Then they came back with, well, we'll give you $50 and here's a link to a YouTube video that will show you how to fix the wig, sew the wig so that it will fit. And I'm like, responding to them via email saying, I don't want to take the time to sew the wigs. I just want to know how can I return the wigs to your company and you refund me my money. They did send me an email back saying, well, the average size of the wig cap is this, this, and this. And with the drawstring, it can adjust from 18 inches to 24 inches. And I'm like, okay, I understand all that. Unfortunately, I have an issue. I have a small head, and because of chemicals that were used in my chemotherapy drugs during my breast cancer, I have partial alopecia. So I have very little hair that will help stuff, keep the wig on my head. So again, I would like to return it. They sent me another email with another video on YouTube saying, well, if you look at this video, it will show you how to fix it. Again, the objective is not to repair a new wig, it is to send it back and get a refund. So with that being said, they sent me an email saying, okay, well, if you want to return it, we're going to charge you $20 per unit to ship this back to us. Now, mind you, it was shipped to me from La Puente, California, and I live in Rancho Dominguez, California, and it did not cost $60 to ship those wigs to me. So they finally responded and said, okay, we'll accept your return, but we need to have pictures of the wigs first. Okay, I took pictures, forwarded to them via email, and then they told me that, again, about the $20, and I'd have to pay $20 per wig, and I'd have to pay for shipping, and the return items must be in their original condition, and the customers are responsible for shipping and tracking and sending them the information, and if I didn't send them the tracking information in time, then they could refuse the wig. And I'm like, seriously? These are just wigs. But anyway, They ended up charging me. Now, my total for the 2 wigs that I returned was $320.06. They sent me a refund of $192.41 and charged me for shipping, miscellaneous, and maintenance fees in the amount of $127.65. That was the total cost of the wigs. And I thought to myself that the one thing that I learned from this experience is that even when you read their fine print, just know that their fine print is still open to their interpretation. I hope this information helps someone when you're considering ordering units from Arabella Wigs. They don't like to give you your money back. All right. Good night.